Now, historically, this has sort of been, other than COVID, this has sort of been the next hottest thing. Anything tied to electric vehicles has just been going through the roof. In pre-market, especially when I'm longing, I mean, I stare at the tape and I can see it moving in and out as far as sort of waves.
Just sticking to the same process, you can make, 6 figures a year with $500 a day. What's up, guys? This is Evan from IKNK Traders here with Justin again. I think it's been around 4 or 5 months since we did prior video, us two, and it got some good traction. A lot of you guys liked a lot of the info that was in there. So really just thought I would reconnect since Justin's made a lot of progress. As you guys know in chat, he's been crushing it today. I think he put it before 9:30 before the open, banked $750 on SPI. So we'll get into that a little bit. I think when we first talked a while ago, you were just kind of starting out going live, getting into the groove of things. You were making some money, wasn't as, consistent and strong as it is now. I mean, now you're tossing out $500, $600, $700 days, really like it's nothing, just staying consistent. So yeah, take us through the journey of the past summer and the past few months and where you are now.
Sure. Thanks, Evan. And I'll be honest, I mean, the summer was a little bit tough. What I find with day trading is that I'm constantly exploring new strategies and then tracking my progress and seeing what works and what didn't work. And I'll be honest, over the summer, I tried a whole lot of things that didn't work. I really tried to work on my long game. And I'll be honest, I didn't get the same kind of results that I was getting from my short game. So what I've been doing lately, I really have been focusing back on my short game. And another thing that I've been doing is I've been focusing on what's called, or what I like to call, forgotten stocks. So what I'll do is I'm up fairly early in the morning, and a lot of times you'll see a stock spike up at 6:30, 7 a.m., and then it'll just sort of die and it'll fall off all the top lists and everybody forgets about it. But I find that these stocks are really easy to trade because they follow a very consistent trend line. They'll sort of spike up and then they'll basically just follow a single trend line all the way down. And I find I can trade that fairly easily. I find it is low stress trades. So that's what I've been sort of doing the last couple of weeks, again, shorting mostly, and it's been working for me. The other thing that I've been doing a lot is really just trying to stick to my daily goals. I have a daily goal of $500. If I hit $500, I don't care if it's 8:30 or 9:30 or 11 o'clock, I'm out. Morning, I banked over 1,000, but that's what I've been doing the last couple of weeks. So I'm really trying to play a smaller game and just focus on my daily targets, focusing again on, people call them broken stocks or forgotten stocks, but staying away of sort of like the main, hot thing of the day. And I found that with that, I'm able to keep my stress levels down. I'm able to trade a lot more consistently, and then the dollars are coming, right? So I'm making bank every day.
Yeah, so honestly, you dropped a ton of knowledge in there in just that little segment. First off, $500 a day. If you actually break down the math, that's over 6 figures you're pulling for the year. I say this a lot to people, and it kind of seems like far out there. It's really not that difficult to make $500 a day when you actually know what you're doing. You're taking the right things. It does take time to get there. You obviously got to go through the right training. You got to go through the right strategy implementation and know how to actually perform this job well. But it's really not like you're shooting for 10 grand, 12 grand a day. Just like you said, that $1,000 day came, and that's like a reward for staying consistent. That those big days will come as long as you just keep staying consistent. You'll get that one runner or that one, all day fader that just goes way beyond your expectation. And that's just like the trading gods giving you a gift of saying, hey, you were consistent. You didn't try to swing for the fences. So here you go. We'll give you one little, cherry on top for this one. Take your $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 trade and, run with it. But what you were playing too with those kind of like forgotten stocks and staying away from like the main runner of the day, as we call it in chat. It's probably not the best name for it, but the main chick of the day. Those are crowded. They're crowded trades. There are a lot of choppy action. They're harder to trade. There's a lot more players, a lot more larger players in that too. What you're doing is you're taking the stress-free and easy trade, which is fantastic. I love trading those too. I'm not saying you're like the main player in it, but you have a way bigger edge over those ones that no one really cares about, than the one that everyone is fixated on and focused on and throwing their entire account at, trying to make a couple $1,000. But I think you traded SPI was a ticker today, right? That former runner that went from, it was like $2 to 46 and stuff. So it had its little secondary run today. Pop up the chart real quick and we'll do a little like mini trade review within here.
So this was my, for the most part, pre-market trade on SPI. SPI had some electric vehicle news. Now, historically, this has sort of been, other than COVID, this has sort of been the next hottest thing. Anything tied to electric vehicles has just been going through the roof. In pre-market, especially when I'm longing, I mean, I stare at the tape and I can see it moving in and out as far as sort of waves. In pre-market, I don't normally hold anything long, so I'm basically scalping. I'm just getting in and out, in and out, in and out. So basically, this was just watching a lot of the price action, taking small trades, taking small profits, and it basically just added up. So I kept my eye on the price action and on the tape. Once I saw it sort of turning around, I thought, let me just get out and let this thing settle. And then you can see I also attacked it on the short side once it had crossed over VWAP. Again, because EV stuff has been so volatile, I was very careful not to hold anything, just get in and get out. Again, all those little trades, they add up to big numbers. So I was out by, I think, about 9:40 a.m. with over $1,000 profit, and I closed up shop and I'm done for the day. So that's the way I sort of keep it low stress. Again, $500, $1,000, definitely try and be out by 11 a.m. And then I focus on, the next important thing with, teaching my kids, helping my kids with their homework or doing stuff around the house and not sitting glued to the computer screen all day long.
Like, if there's one thing from this video that everyone watching it should take away, is just sticking to the same process. You can make, 6 figures a year with $500 a day. You do not need to swing for the fences. You don't need to be that big guy flexing on, Twitter and Instagram and stuff with a $50,000 trade. This is what's consistent, low stress. You can now go out and, like you just said, do whatever you really want the rest of the day. Not have to worry about anything. I don't think there's been really a trade, and even on like some of your losing days, your losers aren't that big, your winners are bigger, and I doubt those losers really carry weight into your day. It's not like you're out there taking a $3,000, $5,000 hit trying to crush something, and the rest of your day, your mind's all completely jacked up, and your family life gets thrown off, your other job gets thrown off, and everything. So it's your style of trading is fantastic, and I want a lot of people watching it to understand really how great it is and how great it can be for you, because it's low stress, it's simple. You know what your job is every day. You go in, you perform it, you leave, and that's it. You don't ask for more, you don't ask for less. You have your target, you hit it, you walk. Awesome process. Is really kind of anything that, if talking to yourself 5-6 months ago right now when you were just starting out, what would kind of be something that you tell yourself?
It's difficult because, all the moderators told me so many things over and over and over again. Until I experienced them for myself, that learning really didn't sink in. So, thank you for the compliments with regards to, keeping my losses small. But there was a time earlier on that I definitely was swinging for the fences. And as a result, there were definitely some big losses. Having experienced those big losses and realizing that the FOMO, the fear of missing out, will take more money from you than anything else will. That's what I really try to scale back on. Once I get in and out of a trade, I don't care what happens to the stock after that. I don't care if I missed the biggest part of the trade, as long as I hit my target and I'm done. And that way my stress levels are down, I'm earning money, and I'm not sitting there chasing and revenge trading and all these other bad things that come as a result of that. In short, pay attention to your FOMO and fight against your FOMO, and put any sort of mechanisms in place so that you don't trade based on that fear of missing out.
Yeah, it's kind of like the analogy a lot of people bring up, and I heard this a couple of times when I started out trading. You know what not to do, and it's kind of like when you were a kid and your parents said, don't touch the stove. It's going to hurt, but you still touch it for whatever, whoever knows why reason. And it's like, at that point, that's when okay, now I can't do it. Once you actually go through and experience it, it's just human nature, because in your mind you're thinking, oh, well, maybe the stove ain't that hot. It looks cool. It's, revenge trading all day. It looks cool trying to hit the big runner, but you don't really understand the severe negatives behind it till you actually experience it once or twice. Looks pretty good. Appreciate the time as always here. And
Likewise.
Yeah, let people know as well, where can they follow you at? Where can they add you up and get in contact with you?
So Instagram handle and my Discord handle is motivated Justin. It's motivated with an 8. But yeah, motivated.justin. I'm always around on Discord. I am always around on Instagram, and then I'm always in the IKNK chat room. So I'm always answering DMs or helping where I can, or pointing out stocks, and just discussing as a community what's working, what's not working, and that's so important to, I think, being a good trader is being within having a good community to back you up.
Yeah, 100%. And we'll be linking his Instagram and mine and IKNK's somewhere down here lower. But appreciate the time, guys, and we'll talk soon.
Awesome. Thanks, Evan.